is Aster. If you are new here, hello, hello. If you are new here, hello. If you are returning, hello. To begin, I wanted to start off with some of these cards that I've pulled for today. So the first card is the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands to me is you're holding the world in your hand. You know, in the card it's depicted they're holding the world in their hand, and they are standing their ground. They're planting one wand down somewhere, and they're looking out, and it's just all about expansion. It's all about planning for the future, movement, and yeah, the future awaits. I mean, I like to see like the stuff in the background, and I feel like it's a beautiful background, and they're just looking out at sea, and I think that's really beautiful. So that is your card for today. The oracle that I picked was this one, the Warrior. Intuition, stealth, and determination. Now is the time to be for yourself, to stand up for who you are and what you believe in, and to protect the vulnerable places within you that are still in the process of healing. Do not be afraid. Know that you are worth it, all of it. The other oracle I picked today, I actually pulled this for myself, and I thought it was beautiful to add into the video for you as well. This is Orenda, number 22. Honor your mystical creative force. To start off this video, I wanted to start with a meditation. Meditation always really is something that grounds me, and something that I have incorporated into my glamour magic to really center myself and yeah, just to relax. I feel like I've been doing meditation more often than not, and it is a form of glamour magic, you know, like you want to have that time with yourself to sit and relieve your stress and clear your mind. So an exercise that has been helping me is one from this book, Psychic Witch by Matt Arwin. If you have this book, you can open up your book to page 27. It's exercise 5. It is called Treasure Chest for Stress. The treasure chest for stress is a technique I developed based on a method I learned for Tibetan dream yoga. This technique relaxes you and can be used not only to help with psychic ability before a session, but can also be used before bed as you fall asleep to help promote lucid dreaming and astral projection. The best part of this technique is that it's made to assist with problem solving on a deep subconscious level to help remove more stress from your life. Okay, so if you would like to get to a relaxing position, that could be sitting down in a meditative position. That could be laying down in your bed. Maybe you're already laying down in your bed. Relax your eyes. Relax your jaw. And start by breathing in. Breathe out. And as you breathe out, let your shoulders drop. Feel your shoulders droop down. You can close your eyes now. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, feel your breath drawing out any stress or tension that you may be holding on to at the moment. Pretend that time is beginning to slow down. As time slows down, you become more aware of your inner being. As you become more aware of your spiritual nature, your surroundings begin to drift away and out of focus. Imagine that there's a golden treasure chest in front of you that unlocks and opens. Out of the treasure chest emerges a small whirlwind. Take a moment and quickly go through your day as if it were on fast forward from when you woke up until right now. As you go through your day, if there's anything that has stressed you out or that has upset you, focus on it. And as you exhale, imagine that situation leaving your body through your breath like a cloud. Feel this cloud carrying all of your stress, anxiety, thoughts, and emotions about the situation as it floats over your chest. Visualize those feelings and thoughts as they're sucked into the whirlwind and into the treasure chest. Consciously acknowledge that you are letting it go for now. Repeat this technique until you've released all the stress from the day. When you are finished, you may choose to open the chest. All of the stress that you had put into the chest has transformed into solutions. These solutions beam out of the treasure chest like a rainbow arching up in the air and falling all around you. Take a moment to feel a calmness and an inner strength to take on the challenges of life. Know that the treasure chest has infused the circumstances with solutions that will allow you to solve them soon from a relaxed state. See the treasure chest close and lock. You may slowly open your eyes back up. Feel yourself coming back into the room. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Something that I enjoy when performing glamour magic and getting myself into the right headspace is really everything that you consume or that you take in. Think of you feeding your brain, or what you watch, what you see, what you read. You're all feeding it information. You should be very selective and choosy about what information you feed it. So something that I do is I made a beautiful Pinterest board with positive affirmations, quotes, visuals, and I've written some down for you today. I think this can be very effective because it's like scripting as well. You can write a lot of affirmations down. You can collect them in a visual image file like Pinterest. Do whatever feels right. So these are some affirmations or positive, mindful quotes for you. It's time to go now. Are you ready? You are about to experience a quantum leap. Everything in your life is about to improve. Every artist you admire has been judged. They insisted on being seen anyway. I am a money magnet. Your body's ability to heal is greater than anyone has permitted you to believe. Your mind is programmable. If you're not programming it, then someone else will program it for you. Treat emotions like visitors who are just passing through. Be yourself so people looking for you can find you. The next season of your life will require new levels of courage, confidence, and consistency from me. No matter how I feel, I will not allow fear to hold me back. I want this. I deserve this. And I'm determined have it. The move that you're afraid to make could be the one that changes everything. The world has ended for me many times and still began again in the morning. Be open to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Nothing has gone wrong. Trust the process. It's all in the frame. It's only growing pains. For the glamour magic today, I'm gonna do what I usually do, but going to be utilizing something very special, and that is my spell oil that I created. This is called Witch Bite. It is spelled to aid in dominance, attraction, sexual healing, strength, and power. It's got red glitter in it. It's very gorgeous. So I'm going to be utilizing that today. And she smells like vanilla. So the crystals that we'll be utilizing today are right here in this dragon eye. The first one is amethyst, and it promotes calming and healing, relieves stress, enhances spiritual intuition, and mental clarity. The next one is opalite. It is the stone of transition, inner strength, and communication. And last but not least, aura quartz for mental clarity, serenity, and inner peace. I'm first going to start by using a little bit of my Florida water to cleanse. I have it in this beautiful little amber bottle. And then I'll also be using my shooting star incense. It is going to definitely purify the space, but bring in hope, divine guidance. I want to think of it as an actual shooting star, and sudden transformation. Then I've got, this is what it looks like so far. I wanted to use this butterfly because I see glamour magic as sort of, shifting energies, transforming, you changing, So I wanted to incorporate transformation symbols. So I've got a red candle. I've got my spell oil of choice. And I've got some dragon's blood in the bottom of here. I also like to incorporate the 4 elements, so I have some water. Now, this water looks very murky, very witchy, and it's because it had my flowers in it. It's the water from my flower. Buying flowers for myself is an act of self-love, and it's also an offering for Hecate, but I wanted to incorporate the water for that, and then I added some Florida water in there, so it made it a little ghostly, ghastly. And then these two beautiful flowers. Next I have some lavender and jasmine and a little seashell. And jasmine is good for love spells, prosperity, psychic development, money, prophetic dreams. And lavender is good for stress-free, making yourself stress-free. It's good for relaxing, good for sleep, love, protection, very calming. And then, of course, I'm going to be using white salt to purify and cleanse. And then I have some black salt with some more shells. I like to use shells in my spell to banish any negative or stagnant energy that's been around me, and cleanse the space. So let's begin. Got some rose quartz lighter. Like I said, I like to incorporate all the elements, so I like to use incense for air. I like to use water. That's why I've got the floral water and the Florida water. And I have the salt for earth. And I have the candle for a flame, for the fire. Okay. So I like to cleanse my tools and everything that I'm using before I begin. I just want to create a circle around, like a barrier, you know, of cleansing. And I'm just going to put a little bit under as well. And then I have the black salt and some seashells. I'm going to put them around as well. And I'm actually going to apply the black salt counterclockwise. And the seashells wherever I like. You can use any sort of herbs. I just wanted to make it pretty chill since I already am using my herb oil. And then that's why I only chose 2. Okay, so you can start by, I've got some black on my hands. You can start by carving a sigil into here, a sigil that means a lot to you, or you could do an affirmation on here. I like to do that. This is my Glamour Magic Oil Witch Bite. It is available on my shop, and it's linked in my bio, but it smells like lavender, and it's got red glitter in it. You can put it on your skin. And make sure you set with an intention. So let's start. I would definitely be careful with how much you use, and please practice fire safety, but me, I like to go crazy and add a lot. It's like vanilla, like when you bake cookies. Okay, then we're gonna put it over here like this, like so. And I'm just gonna crush up these in my hand. And I would set your intention now, or you can pray over it. Okay. For the water, I'm just gonna pour a little bit in here, like to make like a sort of little pool. It's definitely gonna be interesting when the wax melts. And then I'm just gonna place it next to it. And now you can set your intention. Oh, I almost forgot the flowers. You can do anything specific with the flowers. Sometimes I like to add the petals to the mixture, but wait, they are sticking. Oh my god. I think I'm just gonna put them real pretty around. I'll definitely have to watch her though, so she doesn't catch crazy fire. Maybe I think I'm gonna put them over here just to be safe. Yeah, I like using flowers because I like incorporating color, and I think this was beautiful because they were like pinkish purple flowers. You know, pink's good with self-love, and purple is good with psychic intuition, like enhancing that. So it really looks really pretty. And I'll put some in here, and I think I'm just gonna do a little bridge situation, bridge or twine situation, just to lock it in. I like having like a gate, and then around it. Let's light some more incense one last time. So we're going to put her to the side and we're going to finish the glamour magic tutorial. Like I was saying before, it's all in what you feed your brain. So I think glamour magic to me is about reading inspirational things, like quotes, or just getting help and healing. And I think that really makes you more beautiful. That really calls in what you want to call in when you are working on yourself. So there were some things from the Artist Way from week 8 that I wanted to share with you. So this is week 8, Recovering a Sense of Strength, from page 134. In order to get where he is now, Ted had to re-feel and mourn the wounding he had endured as a young writer. He had to make peace with the last years of this wounding had cast him. A page at a time, a day at a time, he had to slowly build strength. Like the career of any athlete, an artist's life will have its injuries. These go with the game. The trick is to survive them, to learn how to let yourself heal. Just as a player who ignores a sore muscle may tear it further, an artist who buries his pain over losses will ultimately cripple himself into silence. Give yourself the dignity of admitting your artistic wounds. That is the first step in healing them. This is a quote from Eve Babbitt's that I've been thinking about a lot, and I added it into my affirmations from earlier. It's all in the frame. It's all in how you frame it. Every loss must always be viewed as a potential gain. It is all in the framing. Ask, how? Instead of, why me? Ask, what next? Instead of, why me? There was a passage in the book where they were talking about process and not product when creating, and how it's, easier to, or it sounds better to say I wrote a book or I directed a play instead of I'm working on the script or I'm on the first few pages of the draft of the book. So there was a little excerpt that I liked. What we are talking about here is a concept of change grounded in respect. Respect for where we are as well as where we want to go. And I think that's really important. Like, we're always focused on the future, and we're always like, well, when I'm better in the future, or when this version of myself, when I have this, or when I look like that, or, we're always thinking about how to get to a different point. And yeah, I believe in transformation. I think it's separate from what I'm saying, though, because I think that you're already what you need. You already have it in you. You're already the person you need to get to, It all exists inside of you, and you're already that. Just because you maybe are not getting acknowledgement for the things that you've done, doesn't mean you didn't do them, It doesn't not make you what you are. So I thought that was really comforting, and I wanted to share that. The next passage that I wanted to share was from this beautiful book, Blackthorn's Botanical Wellness, A Green Witch's Guide to Self-Care by Amy Blackthorn. I'm on my herbalism journey, and I've been creating these spell oils, and this book has been a huge help. Now if you have this book and you would like to read along, this is from page 2 and 3. The kinds of circumstances that make strong people are not kind or gentle ones. They are usually a baptism by fire. They burn away the parts of ourselves and often some of our closest relationships that no longer serve the new view of ourselves. We are honed, polished to the fiercest point, and born anew. We are reborn every time we have a new set of circumstances. Remember, if the last, most awful thing didn't kill us, this new one won't either. There is an old Buddhist saying made popular by Haruki Murakami: pain is inevitable, misery is optional. It's not a trite slogan to paint on the wall, or maybe it is, you do you, but that doesn't make it less true. Then she goes on to say how humans are resilient creatures, and I underline that because I needed that reminder. I think sometimes when it gets so low, we think it's just never going to go back up, but it will. Life has to balance itself out, and if you're feeling low right now, know that you can only go up from here, and that's a comforting thought. And there was this last paragraph that I really loved and I wanted to share. Here's the thing though, we aren't broken. It can feel like sometimes, even for long stretches of time while recovering from the stress and worry du jour, but it just isn't true. I won't tell you how to feel about whatever you are dealing with, but what I can tell you, you aren't broken. I'll write you a note if you need it, but you are not broken. Even if some of those factory parts of yourself aren't exactly still under warranty, that isn't a value judgment on you. You are still an amazing human and deserve the best life has to offer. The best life starts within, looking outward. I thought they were really beautiful, and it was speaking to everything that was sort of going on with me, because I think certain things that you read or certain things come into your life and it's just so happens something you needed to hear right at that time. So I hope I can offer some of that for you. I hope that's something that you needed to hear at this time. I also want to say that you should thank yourself for clicking onto this video, because some part of you wanted to enhance yourself in some way, to heal yourself in some way. Glamour magic is all about that for me. I like to do it in a peaceful way, you know? When I was making my glamour oil, I think of certain images in my head. I like to put together Pinterest boards, but I was really thinking about Catherine Pierce, and I was thinking about how much she was an inspiration for me in high school. And although you may disapprove, I would think about how resilient she was and how her aura was insane, and I would want to channel that. And even as a young girl in school, I would say that over and over in my head, like, I'm gonna go today and I'm just gonna pretend I'm her, I'm gonna feel like her. And I really feel like I worked that into this spell oil. It's all about feeling good and feeling like that girl, you know? And I like to think about that when I use certain spell oils for glamour, that like I'm putting it on or I'm using it in a spell and I'm going about my day and I'm moving with a new energy, with a transformative energy. just wanted to add a little bit of that backstory. Okay. Ever since June 10th, we have entered the Celtic tree month of oak. And I wanted to read to you a little bit of what this tree month means spiritually. This is all from this website, moonfallmetaphysical.com. So the Celtic tree month of oak is a sacred season of strength, protection, wisdom, and spiritual sovereignty. And it lasts from June 10th to July 7th. It is a time for grounding yourself deeply while also expanding confidently into your personal power. Oak teaches us to remain rooted through life's storms while continuing to grow toward the light. Oak is the king of the forest, a symbol of endurance, divine wisdom, leadership, and protection. Trees act as portals between worlds. Meaning door, symbolizing gateways, transformations, and spiritual awakening. Stand firmly in your truth and trust the roots you have already planted. I don't know, sometimes I think we feel like we have to replant new seeds, but you've already done that part. You just gotta tend to the roots. So I thought that was really a beautiful message. The spiritual meaning is inner strength and resilience, courage during periods of change, personal sovereignty and confidence, protection from negative energy, deep ancestral wisdom, connection to nature spirits and divine guidance. Lastly, to conclude the video, I included in my notes some more things I do during these glamour magic rituals. So for one, I would suggest cleaning your room. If you are someone with a messy room, I know you don't want to hear this, but truly spend some time, clean your room, clean the space. It is so energetically cleansing. Like truly, when I have a messy room, everything's more stressful in my head. So once I clean that up, I put those clothes away, it's back in some sort of feng shui situation. I feel so much better. Something I would also suggest is something that I've done recently, and that is setting up a sacred space for morning and evening. I set up a beautiful space at my, I was about to say boudoir, that's just bedroom, at my, what would that be called? My bureau? That's why it was a B word. My bureau, with these candles, and I like to light a candle every day when I'm getting ready, and you know, set the mood. It's all about mood. Set the mood, set the energy, and then at night do the same thing. I just set up a beautiful space, like lamp lighting, very orange, beautiful lighting. Same thing, light the candle when you're done your makeup, when you're done taking off your makeup, when you're done after your shower, applying lotion and everything, blow the candle out. I'm telling you, it has really done wonders. It is just a simple little ritual, and you can be very intentional with it. Something else that is really important to me is music. Again, it's everything you feed your brain, and I think it really is affecting you if you're listening to sad music all the time. So listen to upbeat things. It's summer. I know summer can be pretty depressing sometimes, but it doesn't have to be if you don't want it to be. So something that I've been listening to that's been really getting me up is Earth, Wind, and Fire. I feel like they are like manifestation songs, music, and it's just a high vibration. That's what I want, like a high vibration. The next thing that I would recommend is treating yourself. Invest in your look or your wealth. Just spoil yourself. It is so important to buy yourself that thing that you've been wanting, or for me, I've got a Taurus stellium, so I like to really treat myself with like luxury items, or I say luxury items, but probably more food wise. I feel like that's so Taurus. Something else I like to do is enchanting my jewelry or perfume, just being very intentional with it, like when you're putting it on, saying affirmations, or keeping it on your altar and asking your guides to charge it for you, putting it in the sun a little bit. I mean, that might not be good for perfume and jewelry, but just a little bit of sun goes a long way, and that's a good segue into the sun. The sun is so healing. Go outside, spend time outside. If it's only a little bit, to sit in a park. Maybe you don't like to be around people, or people are a lot. It's a lot to be around. Maybe you're more introverted. I'm very introverted. Go to a park, sit in a park by yourself. The sun is so healing. Go on a nice walk. Force yourself to. If you don't want to get up, force yourself, because you will be rewarded with it. I saw somebody, I think it was another YouTuber, on a video, and they were saying, I've never come back from a walk and been like, I shouldn't have done that. And I think that's so important. And that's the end of this video. I think I'm going to do more ASMR videos. I have some more planned out in nature. I'm really excited for them. Let me know if this is something that people like to see, because I do enjoy making them. I watch ASMR videos more than anything on YouTube, so I don't know, I was really called to make this. But thank you for being here. Subscribe and stick around for the next one. It was beautiful seeing you. I'm Aster. Hopefully you come back. Have a great rest of your night. Go to sleep now. Have a great rest of your day.